Hi, my name is Peter van Wijk. I'm a therapist. This is my channel, so welcome. In this video, we are going to try and take a next step in what we can call a structured self-analysis or a structured self-inventory, which is a very good thing to try and find out how our lives are working and up to what point our lives really are satisfactory, which I think is a very important thing. As far as we know, we only have one life. We may have more, but we don't know. We don't remember. So as far as we know, we have one life. We might as well try and do everything we can to make it as satisfactory as possible. So that's where we're going. Remember the theory of the 3 boxes. First box is in our previous video. This video is about the second box, the middle box. The box that is really the largest one. And the box that really, man, it's easy. This is an easy one. This is the box of the things that don't really matter. And nowadays in modern society, there are so many things that really don't matter. So we might as well just shove our whole life into the middle box. And there we go. Who cares? It doesn't matter. I don't suffer. Not happy either, but at least I don't suffer. So yeah, there we go. It's all bearable. Yeah. We're getting kind of close to what I fear would be an interesting description of what we call comfort zone. The comfort zone is where we don't really go anywhere. We don't really worry. We're not really very satisfied either, but hey, we're comfortable. So if you have carefully listened and followed this first part of the video, which is a very short one, you may come to the conclusion that the middle box actually is a tricky thing. It seemed so easy. I mean, just stuff that doesn't matter, whatever. Doesn't make me suffer, doesn't make me happy. There we go, middle box. Yeah. But the middle box, which tends to be a large one, if it gets too large, we are stuck in our comfort zone. And mind you, not everybody may agree, but from my point of view, if we really get stuck into our comfort zone, if our middle box of the stuff that doesn't really matter gets too large, we are heading towards depression. We need satisfaction. Rolling Stones made a song about this many incredibly uncountable moons ago. And yeah, we need satisfaction. So the middle box is really a starting point, I would almost say. So we can, if we want to, if we think that is a starting point, we can put all our life in the middle box. So okay, more or less, my life is balanced. Actually, whose life is balanced? I don't know. Anyways, maybe your life is balanced and you're so lucky as to have a balanced life. Now, balanced life, this also makes a thing. I mean, let's get a little bit practical here. If we want to get into the middle box, it is when the emotional equation of our life, or of the aspects of our life, is more or less neutral. I mean, the cost is about the same as the benefit. It's not too expensive, it's not too much benefit, it balances out. It's okay. Again, here we go. It's okay. Not great, not bad, it's okay. Which eventually gets very boring. Now, I think it is important to realize those things that do not make us feel good, those things that do not help us progress, those things, if they don't make us feel bad, they go into the middle box. In the middle box, we may find a lot of jobs. Like, my job's okay. Yeah, pays the rent. Okay. Rent, mortgage, whatever. Okay. Actually, no, it's not okay. If we spend as many hours as we do spend at our work at some place, it should be, or we should try to get something more out of it than just, okay, pays the bills. Yeah, who cares? So jobs tend to be in the middle box. A lot of families are in the middle box as well. If not, maybe perhaps spouses and kids, although, I don't know. You'll just think about this. Your spouses, your kids, are they okay? I mean, up to what point do they really make us feel good, or it is there? Never really decided to have kids anyway, and it just kind of happened. I know this is a little bit harsh, but it is kind of realistic, I think. So let's think about this. What else can there be in a middle box? Holidays tend to be in the middle box. It's the typical kind of situation in which we go on a holiday with our family. So everybody wants to go somewhere else, which is the normal thing. Oh, I want to go to the beach. No, I want to go to the mountains. No, I want to go to the north. No, I want to go to the south. No, etc. And eventually we compromise. So we manage a trip nobody has a real problem with, and that doesn't really satisfy anybody either. So there you go, middle box. Same thing goes for, I don't know, hobbies, free time. Let's go and see a movie. Which movie shall we go? Oh, I want something romantic. No, I want action. I want a comedy. Well, let's go and see something in between. Something in between, mind you, middle box. It gets kind of scary, and I really do invite you all to try and do this. Think about everything we have in our lives, and think and feel. Up to what point is it neutral? Up to what point doesn't it really bother, but it doesn't really give us any satisfaction, or, well, basically satisfaction. Think about this. Let's look, what other things do we have in our lives? Very superficial thing. Our car tends to kind of happen the same thing. I'd like to buy a sports car. Let's buy a family car. Let's buy an SUV. Let's buy... And we end up buying something we don't really even know what it is. It's in the middle box. Costs a lot of money, those cars, to not get any satisfaction out of it. Now, I know life is all about compromise, or at least that's what people say. And if the compromise is satisfactory, it would go in the first box. If the compromise is, okay, who cares? Whatever. It goes in the middle box, and it's tending towards the box of the stuff that is making us feel bad. And we don't really need that. So, same thing goes about a house. Where shall we put, I don't know, the couch? Here, there, wherever. And we end up putting the couch somewhere nobody really wants it. But it's compromise. There we go. Compromise. In the middle box. I would not want this to be an invitation for terrible family arguments. But, and the thing is not, this is not, watch the video, get angry, because your whole life is in the middle box. And for sure it's your family's blame, your spouse's blame, your kids' blame, your parents' blame, whatever. Then you go out of the room where you have been watching this video, and you start a terrible argument. It's your fault because I wanted to do this and now I cannot. And that's not the idea. The idea is think, try and be aware. Also, try not to blame anybody else. I mean, after all, if we have a life full of compromises, we're the ones who made them. So let's own them. And from there on, let's see what we can do. I work with a lot of young people, students, most of them. And unfortunately, most of them are not studying what they would like to. They study what was considered the most adequate thing to study. And there we go again. Compromise, middle box. And yes, it is comfortable. And yes, arguing, I can almost not say the word, arguing with family members, arguing with your significant other, arguing with, I don't know, the system. That's kind of scary. But let's think about this. I mean, of course, the middle box is the largest box, and there's a lot of stuff that just needs to be there. Because it should not be bad, and perhaps we cannot really get things the way we would want them to be. That's okay. But let's not just dump our whole life in the middle box. Think about it. Do I really want this to be there? Or maybe not. If I don't, well, carry on watching these videos, because the next one is about the terrifying box of things that make us feel bad. And then after that, we'll get into some practical examples of how to start shifting things between the boxes, which is the eventual goal of all this. So we can put what we want in the boxes we want them to be, which is the really goal of having, sorting out our life a little bit, getting a little bit out of that comfort zone, having things be a little bit more lively, have things a little bit more our way, the way in which it makes us feel good. Remember, just one thing, it's all about what things make us feel. If it makes us feel good, it's probably good. If it makes us feel bad, it's probably bad. If it doesn't really make us feel anything, middle box. And it's a dangerous one, mind you. It is a dangerous one. So anyways, let's see what happens. Think about all this if you want to. And have a look at your life. Have a look at where do things go? What does my life look like? Up to what point is my whole life in the middle box? Or maybe not. Anyways, structured self-analysis, structured self-inventory. It's important to know what is in our lives, and it's important to know where it goes. And one good example is good, bad, or in between. This was the middle box video. Next one is about the dangerous and very scary, terrifying box of the things that go bad. Take care. See you.